2004, 2005 was doing really good. Had a great corporate job. Life was going as well as could be expected. 2005, I experienced a severe stroke and lost the whole left side of my body. Went through about 9 months of rehab, went through another 18 months of outpatient rehab. Was not able to return to work at the end of my notice, so they had no choice but to terminate my employment. We both started fairly good businesses and she was doing house cleaning, I was doing carpentry work. In North Carolina, we were doing really good. Life was good. And the economy hit. We both lost our businesses. We said we had about $1,100 left. I contacted a man over email and he said, if you come to Florida, I'll give you a job. We got down here and in a matter of about 7 days, we got conned out of our $1,100. Next thing we know, successful James and Bonnie was basically pillar to post, begging everywhere we could, living in our car. Life was looking pretty grim right about then. We stayed in a parking lot. That presented a real dilemma. In the state of Florida, you're not allowed to stay overnight in a parking lot unless you have permission. We have no gas, so we have no place to go. And by that time, we're both to pieces. I mean, because we know nobody. We're stranded. We have nothing. We have no food. We have no car. So what can we do? And I kind of gave up on it. I said, there's nothing I can do. So we decided we would take off walking. We walked, and we'd come along these two gentlemen, and they had a sign up asking for donations. That was my very first look at real homelessness. We didn't ask to be homeless. It's just the way it was. We met all these beautiful people, but otherwise, I wouldn't have never said anything to if I'd have walked by them on the street. Once you talked to them and you got to know them and you shared food with them and you shared their struggles. I mean, they've got children right here in our county. There's children in the woods, sleeping in tents, rain, shine, cold weather, bad weather, not knowing from day to day where your next meal is going to come from. Got down to the Florida hotel. I'm walking 18 miles to work one way, and we ran into this gentleman. And he said, you know what? He said, rather than you walking 18 miles to work, he said, if you'll go out to harvest time and volunteer your time, they will get you a bicycle. So I walked from the Florida hotel to harvest time. So I left my number, and I thought, well, they're not going to call me. It's just another dead end. I'm kind of the story of my life lately. But I prayed on the way back, and I said, God, you know I need this bicycle because it's taken me 4 hours to get to work one way. About 3 hours later, the phone rang. And it was Miss Mary. Told her my story. She says, tell you what, she says, you come on back out here and we'll talk.
She had us picked up and brought up here. And when I walked in, I just thought, well, this is really great to see all these people being able to shop. And when I looked at the prices, you know, I thought, oh, this is amazing. And they told us that this was a place where people help themselves.
And we got a voucher for food, and I was excited. Miss Mary asked Bonnie, did she want a job? And then the next thing I know, Miss Mary turns to me and she said, well, why don't you come to work too? But the thing that impressed us the most was the love and compassion that they showed. I had never experienced that in my life. I've had people that claim to be friends and claim to be brothers, but no one ever showed me love and compassion. Nobody ever said, hey, you've fallen on hard times. We're here to help. About 6 months later, we're now getting an apartment. I kept working and working and working, and then Miss Mary and asked me would I want to be the supervisor for Sort 1.
I started from the bottom just like everybody else. Within 3 years, I was a supervisor on the Hope 2.
The love that I've felt since I've been here, I'll never be able to replace. I'm able to go back into corporate America again. My wife will be going back into corporate America again. We'll have a life again. Our children will be able to come and live with us. The Lord has really blessed us.
Harvest Time helps people to help themselves. It gives me a good feeling in my heart to know that people actually get helped here.